So how do we go from this to this? From this to this? From this to this? Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Jenny Lay. I am a family medicine physician and a mom of two. And so today I'm going to talk to you guys all about building good habits to start exercising when you don't really feel like you want to, and just building up habits that create a happier and healthier lifestyle. So if you guys are interested, then keep on watching. So let me tell you guys a little bit about the benefits of exercise. So that's what we're going to focus on today, increasing our physical activity throughout the day. So I tell my patients who are very reluctant to take medications that there are other ways to increase our happy hormones. And one of the ways is exercise or physical activity. Exercise actually increases our dopamine and serotonin levels, which in turn make us feel happier. Not only that, but it has other benefits as well. It is protective on the heart to help you prevent from getting heart attacks. It can prevent you from getting strokes, and it decreases the rate of which people get dementia. So many benefits to increasing your physical activity. The hardest part though is that first step. I remember, even though I went to the gym like 4 days a week when I was in med school, like every time that initial step in going is the hardest part. Once you're there and once you start an exercise, it's a lot easier to continue. So what do we do to help you take that first step? And the way we do that is changing small habits and changing little things to add into your routine to help you make those bigger steps. So have you guys ever thought of those like marathon runners, or of those people who literally live at the gym and have to go to the gym every single day? Do you ever think that maybe they're like a different species and that they just have more mental strength than the rest of us? Because honestly, like, who wants to torture themselves working out to run another 26 miles and torture themselves, or be at the gym all day and miss cake? Who would personally choose to do those things? And a little bit of both, right? They probably have some enjoyment out of this. At the same time, it becomes routine and it becomes part of their daily life. So I want to give you guys a different perspective. When you wake up in the morning, what is your routine? Do you wake up and you automatically jump out of bed? Do you brush your teeth before you use the bathroom? Or do you use the bathroom and then brush your teeth? Or do you shower? Or do you wash your face? Everybody has a certain routine, and every morning when you wake up, you probably do everything the same all the time. It doesn't take that much mind power, and your body naturally does the rest. I want to be able to help you create an exercise routine or incorporate physical activity into your day without having to think about it. And that all starts with building a habit. I always tell my patients that starting anything new or any sort of exercise routine, it needs to, 1, be easy, 2, you have to enjoy it, 3, it has to fit into your schedule so that you will continue to stick with it. And so the easiest way to add things into your routine is if you think that they are minimal and that they are very small changes that won't affect the rest of your routine and the rest of your day. So for example, a lot of people wake up and automatically scroll through their Instagram or scroll through their email, and I could probably sit there and waste 30 minutes doing that. And you know, do I regret it most days? Yes, I do. But why do I do it? I don't know, because my brain is automatically programmed to do that routine, right? It's harder to break that routine now that it's already established. We will talk more about that, breaking established routines, in a future video. But today I want to talk about how do we incorporate those little routines. So one is you have to set a date and time. You're more accountable and you're more likely to follow through if you feel like you're dedicated. So for example, if you write something down in a calendar, you are more likely to remember that and be on time to that event or go to that event. Number two, if you are accountable, say you have an accountability partner or you have a friend who say like, I'll meet you at the gym. So you go because you don't want to let your friend down. You need to be accountable. And then three really is, it has to be easy. Like, I'm not gonna do something that's so hard, right? I think I said that before. It has to be easy. So this is gonna be different for everybody. You have to see what fits into your routine. So for me, the easiest thing for me to do is when I get up and my alarm rings, I will not snooze, get straight out of bed, and instead of scrolling through Instagram, I'm gonna do like a little stretch. Maybe just like breathe in and breathe out, and then breathe in and touch my toes, and then back up, you know? And so my routine, that little bit of movement doesn't even have to be a minute. It could be 10 seconds. It could be 30 seconds. Once I have that routine down and once I don't have to think about it anymore, I'm gonna add to it. Instead of just, you know, waking up and doing a little stretch, maybe I'll wake up, I'll stretch, and I'll do jumping jacks. And then maybe I'll stretch and I'll wake up, I'll do jumping jacks and some crunches. And then when I'm fine with that, it becomes my routine, maybe I'll decide to do more. Maybe I get so much energy flowing that I would want to eventually do more, and that is the goal. So I used to do this in high school, and every time I would watch a TV show, there would be 5-minute commercials in between. And so instead of just laying on the couch, I decided that every time there was a commercial, I would either hold a plank or do some crunches or do some push-ups or some jumping jacks. I don't know, do some form of physical activity. And so within those 5 minutes, I would do that, and then I would break when the show came back on, and then I'll do it again. It's harder now when we have like Netflix and, you know, other TV shows with no commercials. I guess you guys could always watch my YouTube videos and play the ads all the way through without skipping them, and then you'll have your break to do some physical activity. That will work. Doing something easy that fits into your daily routine and then adding to it slowly. I learned about this technique in the book called Atomic Habits. I believe that's what it's called. Give me 1 second. It's in my Libby app. So I learned about this technique from a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Highly recommend it. It talks about all the different habits that people have, and it helps preserve our energy to think about more spontaneous things. So I think there's another part of our psyche that is contributing to how long we stay motivated for, because there has to be a reward at the end that keeps us motivated, right? So it has to be something like we continue to brush our teeth because it makes our mouth feel clean. We take a shower for the same reason, or we do self-hygiene for the same reason. I wash my face more often because I see breakouts. You know, once you see results, it's easier to stick to something. So what is it that keeps us going when we feel like we don't want to? So I remember back in med school, every time I would work out, in my bullet journal, I would put like a tiny red dot next to the day, which indicates that I worked out that day. And so every single time I looked into my bullet journal and I would see a red dot, and then it was that day and there was no red dot yet, I was like, oh, I have to work out because I'm excited to have all these red dots in a row. So that was my like reward. Some people think about, oh, this pants that I want to fit into, or this marathon that I want to run, or this mountain I want to climb, and I'm excited about those things. So there has to be some type of reward to keep you going. Does that make sense? So my challenge for you is to evaluate your entire day's routine. See where there's one place where you can add in some form of physical activity. And then secondly, tell us what your reward is. So for me, I know that I have the most energy in the morning. My kids wear me out throughout the day. My work is really tiring. By the end of the day, I just want to be like a couch potato. So I know that in the morning is my best shot at getting in any form of physical activity. So my routine is going to be waking up in the morning, turning off my alarm clock, and then going upstairs to do a full body stretch. I'm gonna stretch my neck, and then my torso, my low back, my arms, my legs, my hamstrings, and then I'm gonna come downstairs, and my reward would be a nice hot cup of coffee. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think and what your routine and your reward would be. Let's hold each other accountable. I'm so excited to have more movement in my life, just because, you know, quarantine has really set me back. All right, that is all I have for today. It is more of a chill video. Hopefully you're able to add in some physical activity into your routine, which then causes you to live a happier and healthier life. I'm so excited to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. I'm so excited to hear about your routines and your rewards. And then in the next video where we talk about how to exercise when you have children and they won't really let you, or how to exercise when you have no equipment and you're stuck at home in quarantine. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.